So a lot of times people say it wasn't until their rock bottom before they had their aha moment, and they could see their purpose and their vision in life. What was your rock bottom, and how did you navigate getting out of that rock bottom place or that dark time? Going over to Vince with this question.
It. All right. I can't let an episode about rock bottom go past without making a SpongeBob reference. So if anybody if anybody recalls the episode of SpongeBob who lives in Bikini Bottom when he went to rock bottom where literal dip dive down on this bus, and then he was just down there and he was waiting and everybody was speaking a different language, and it was dark all the time, and every time he went for the bus passed him. It's literally what it feels like. It's literally what it feels like. Just opportunity taken away from you. uh I always, oh, this is rough. My rock bottom, I'll just get straight to it. Believe it or not, wasn't the pandemic. I don't know if I would be wrong to assume that a lot of people have never experienced anything like rock bottom during the pandemic before. I absolutely have hit a rock bottom during the pandemic, but my initial, what I consider to be my rock bottom, believe it or not, was just a very petty situation where I lost the job. Uh, and it was so weird to me because I was like, yo, this I had so much momentum, my career was about to, and this has happened to me so many times. You feel like you just about to get on the bus and the bus just passes you by. Uh, again, this has happened a number of times to me, but the first time that it happened, just to get a little bit more detail, I was working for a local TV station in New York. Had ended up getting let go from that station on the very exact same day. A radio station I was working for in New York also happened to lay a bunch of people off. Uh, I fortunately was able to continue working for the radio station just a few months down the line. They budget cuts, they had to get rid of people and whatnot. Um, when I got a chance to return to the radio station, it was very different. I wasn't wearing my radio station t-shirt. I wasn't rocking a microphone and celebrating in front of listeners like I was used to doing. I was sitting with a button-up shirt calling people because they had to fire whoever was in charge of calling the winners to get the tickets and stuff like that. Uh, the person that hired me was letting me know that, hey, I'm training one of your coworkers to take my job. And I was like, what? How does that make sense? Why are you training someone that is under you? You know, and that was something that was like eye opening to me. It was my first real corporate job, but I had been affected by corporate politics back to back. So that was just overwhelming for me. Like it was my I had sat on my mother's couch for a couple months waiting for the opportunity to get back into something, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't pan out the way that I thought it would. And I broke down and cried right there in my button-up shirt on that desk. And for some reason, I'll let you in on this little secret joke that I had with my mother. Uh, the song "Life" by Casey and JoJo. For some reason, that song either was playing or was running through my head. And when I took the time to, because I'm sobbing at this point, when I took the time to search for the lyrics and try to figure out why the words of this song resonated with everything that I was going through in that moment so much, it's because that song, life in general, the song and life, this is a double entendre, if you will, it it just applies to everything. Like it was just everything that I prayed for was just crushing. It was so bad. I'm sorry if I'm rambling right now, but I'm trying not to get back into into that mode. Uh, so yeah, I was really broken down, but I found a way to pick myself back up out of it. And honestly, to me, even though it was for a shorter amount of time than the pandemic is taking place right now, uh, I found myself reverting back to that person, that moment throughout this entire pandemic. Exact same thing happened. I moved across the country for my dream job. I'm thinking, oh, I'm about to take off. It's about to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And the job was taken away from me. and I still live here. The job was taken away from me, and I still live here. And I got to a point where, again, can't I don't know what the next step is going to be. I feel like everything has been taken away. And I did cry. I did listen to life again. And I did feel as if I had gotten to one of the lowest points in my life, um, which I will admit. But the most rewarding thing was that I recognized I had been here before, you know. It might not be as serious, you know. I lost my mom, and it was a sad time as well, previous to that. But I always reverted back to, remember when they took these jobs and you thought it was the worst thing in the world? And for some reason, that's the thing that gave me strength.